Knee joint is the largest and the most complicated joint in the body. Basically, it consists of the two condylar joints. See, those are the two condyles. That is two condylar joints between the medial and lateral condyle of the femur and the condyles of the tibia. These are the condyles of the tibia, and these two are the condyles of the femur. Then coming to the next, that is the it is a type of a gliding joint between the patella. See, this is patella. Patella surface of the femur is present over here, and over here is present patella. Like this, it is present here. Then the articulation. Above are these two rounded condyles of the femur, and below are the condyles of the tibia. And there, between them, there is a cartilaginous meniscus. In front is the articulation between the lower end of the femur and the patella. The articular surface of the femur, tibia, and patella are covered with the hyaline cartilage. And also, it is a type. Coming to the type of the joint between the femur and tibia. So this femur and tibia is a synovial joint of hinge variety. But some degree of rotatory movement is also possible. Then the joint between the patella and the femur is a synovial joint of the plain gliding variety. Then coming to the capsule, capsule is attached to the margins. Capsule is attached to the margins of the articular surface and surrounds the side on the anterior and posterior aspect of the joint. And also there present a suprapatellar bursa. See, suprapatellar bursa is present above, and on each side of the patella, the capsule is strengthened like this. It is attached over here. Then coming to the next, that is the ligaments attached. The ligaments may be divided into those which are outside of the capsule and those which are present inside the capsule. So extracapsular ligaments, that is ligaments which are present outside this capsule. First is the ligamentum patelli, is attached above the lower border of the patella. See here to the lower border of the patella, to tuberosity of the tibia. See over here. See, is attached to the tuberosity of the tibia is the ligamentum patelli. Like this, it is attached. Then coming to the next point, that is the lateral collateral ligament. Is a cord-like and is attached to the this is the lateral collateral ligament, is a cord-like and is attached to above to the lateral condyle of the femur and below to the fibula. Then coming to the next, that is the medial collateral ligament. See, this is the medial collateral ligament, is a flat band and is attached above to the medial condyle of the femur and below to the medial surface of the shaft of the tibia. See, this is the shaft of the tibia, and over here is attached medial collateral ligament. And then the oblique popliteal ligament, it is also present, and it is present on the posterior aspect of the capsule. Then coming to the next, that is the intracapsular ligaments. First is the cruciate ligament. These are the two strong, and there are two types, that is an anterior cruciate ligament and a posterior cruciate ligament. Anterior cruciate ligament is attached to the anterior. See over here, it is attached. Like there's between two condyles there is the intercondylar area. So anterior cruciate ligament is present attached to the anterior intercondylar area of the tibia and passes upward laterally to attach to the medial surface of the femoral condyle. Like यहाँ से जाता है and it comes outside by crossing this and comes over here. Anterior cruciate ligament. Then there is a posterior cruciate ligament. Posterior cruciate ligament is present on the attached to the posterior intercondylar area, and it passes upward and forward and passes upward and forward and is attached over here. Like posterior cruciate ligament comes from over here to here. It is attached like here, from between these two area it goes and crosses it, and then it get attached over here this side. Starting with the capsular ligament. The cruciate ligaments, there are two cruciate ligaments, that is the anterior cruciate ligament and the posterior cruciate ligament. So anterior cruciate ligament is present on the anterior side, that is it is attached to the intercondylar area, anterior intercondylar area of the tibia. Intercondylar area is present between the two condyles. Over here it is attached, and it passes backward and is attached to the posterior part of the medial surface of the, like over here, to the medial surface of the lateral femoral condyle. And then the next, that is the posterior cruciate ligament, is attached to the posterior intercondylar area of the tibia and passes forward and medially, and is attached to the anterior part of the lateral surface of the medial femoral condyle. Then coming to the next, that is the menisc. The menisc are the C-shaped, like this. These are the menisc present. These are the C-shaped sheets of fibrocartilage, and it is a thick border is attached to the capsule. Then coming to the next point, that is the synovial membrane. Synovial membrane lines the capsule and is attached to the margins of the articular surface. Then coming to the next point, that is the bursa. Anterior bursa, that is the suprapatellar bursa, lies beneath, like below the quadriceps muscle. Then the prepatellar bursa lies in the subcutaneous tissue between the skin. Then the next bursa, that is the superficial infrapatellar bursa, lies in the subcutaneous tissue, and the deep infrapatellar bursa lies between the ligamentum patelli and the tibia. Then coming to the posterior bursa, the popliteal bursa is present, which is found like it is present with the tendon of the popliteus. That's why it is known as a popliteal bursa. Then these are all these. There are only two posterior bursa, that is the popliteal bursa and semimembranous bursa. So semimembranous bursa is found related, like it is attached to the semimembranous muscle. That's why it is called as the semimembranous bursa. Then coming to the nerve supply, femoral nerve, obturator nerve, common peroneal nerve, and tibial nerve supply the knee joint. Movements involved in this joint is the flexion, extension, medial rotation, and also the lateral rotation. Then starting with the clinical importance, knee injury and the synovial membrane. The synovial membrane of the knee joint is extensive, and if there is a damage to its any articular surface or the menisc or any ligament, it results in the swelling, like whatever which is in contact with the suprapatellar bursa is, if get damaged, then it results in a damage to the synovial membrane, and the synovial cavity becomes distended with the fluid. So there is a swelling of the knee. Then next is the ligamentous injury of the knee joint. Four ligaments, that is the medial collateral ligament, lateral collateral ligament, are commonly injured in this knee. Sprains, there may be sprain or tears occur depending on the degree of which, like by what amount or by what degree we apply the force. Then the medial collateral ligament, like forced abduction of the tibia on the femur, can result in the partial tearing of the medial collateral ligament. Then the lateral collateral ligament, forced adduction of the tibia on the femur, can result in the injury to the lateral collateral ligament. Then the cruciate ligament, injury to the cruciate ligament, like this is the anterior cruciate ligament, can occur when extensive force is applied to the knee joint. So this is all about knee joint. Thank you.